Welcome back to your next ticket to adventure. I'm Jonah. Today we're looking at a 2020 Jeep Cherokee TRAILHAWK 4x4. So this particular model is just like any other Cherokee, except that this one's beefed up, ready to go off-road. It's trail rated, V6 engine, all the accessories. We'll take a really in-depth dive here. So right here in the front, starting out, we have the 3.2 liter V6. It's a solid little motor, enough power for a smaller vehicle. You can see this one's nice and cleaned up. So backing off of the front here, you see up front mainly is that we've got LED running lights. This one has LED headlights and high and low beams. It has the automatic adjustable high beams so that they will turn off assuming that another car is coming. You got parking sensors on the front, down at the bottom, as well as the red tow hooks. So these are not just a red paint, they're like a bed liner material, like a Line-X, that will protect them from getting scratched and beat up. The front here, instead of it being body matched color, it is kind of a body match because this is the granite color, but these are going to be kind of a plastic material to keep you from getting scratched up when you're out on the trail. Okay, looking around to this side, actually starting out. Because it is the TRAILHAWK, it's going to have the black alloy wheels. The suspension, I would like to say, is more beefed up, but it's not really any more beefed up than the others. What makes the TRAILHAWK so special is that it actually is going to have a couple of gearing ratio changes and gearing option changes that'll suit it for different types of terrain. So we'll keep coming around. Interior wise, you have these leather seats with a cloth backing and cloth portion to them to keep it from getting too hot, because these seats in any environment, whether it be Texas or the desert or the forest or wherever, still can get hot during the summer times. You do have these little pockets. These are meant for cell phones, maps, things like that, auxiliary ports, your glove compartment, as well as one up here. We're going to take a more in-depth dive here in just a second. Here, of course, is the back. Same idea, leather seats with the cloth inserts. Looking at this Cherokee from the side, you'll notice that it is all granite crystal. It has the plastic side pieces, like the flares and the lower portions, just to protect it from getting scratched up. You can see it here, here. These are not like on the Grand Cherokee TRAILHAWK. They're not made of steel, so they're not any kind of slider material. The Grand Cherokee, the Cherokee TRAILHAWK 4x4 was going to come with these the Bridgestone or the Firestone, Destination ATs. These are a more aggressive, meatier tire for the off-road use that you're going to probably put it theyrough. They're not like they're kind of jack of all trades, not the best at one thing, but they're good at everything. They are a good all-terrain. Okay, coming around to the back here, we have obviously the trunk here. It is a power lift gate, so it will be able to come down and pick up and come down on its own. This is the actual trunk space. It's very large. You can fit golf clubs back here, all your off-road accessories if you're using any of those, or just groceries, hell, even a stroller. There are these tie-down points right here and right over there. Here in the center, you got a full-size spare. Some of them might not come with a full-size spare. It might come with an actual tire inflator kit. I recommend still running a full-size spare. Over here, this is going to be your subwoofer. You see all the latch tie-down points for a car seat as well. There's power out of the back. And then these right here. And these are actually meant for holding things like your bags that you've got, things of that nature. There is also a capability of putting like a cover. You'll see that right there. There's like a cover latch. This one doesn't have it, but it'll latch in right here and it'll come across so you can actually cover the rear end. Right here is your button so that you can actually push it to make the tailgate come down. Gives you a couple of beeps just so you know, hey, I'm coming down. You'll see right here as it's starting to come down, that is the camera. It has backup sensors off the bumper. This one has the trailer package, so it does come with a class 3 receiver hitch, your 4 and 7 pin trailer connections, as well as obviously, because the TRAILHAWK does come with the hook. Same kind of setup, bed linered and red painted. This is dual exhaust. Hear the exhaust kind of going. This is a dual exhaust for that little 3.2 liter, still powerful V6. Okay, so let's take an in-depth dive on the interior. So in the back here, you'll notice that you have power for USB, USB-C on both, as well as 115 volt wall plug or 3-prong plug. This one does have a full roof, so it's a panoramic. It runs all the way. Sun and sound package. It's going to have the nice updated sound system. And you can see I'm about 5'10". I've got plenty of legroom, and I just adjusted this seat so that I would sit up at the front, and I still have a lot of legroom. So there's plenty of legroom for you and your kiddos, friends, things like that. You have a center console, and then of course this will fold down flat. So if you pull up here, it'll fold down. Now of course this one's all, there we go. It'll fold down relatively flat. This of course can be disconnected from down at the bottom. I didn't do it, but it'll fold down flat, giving you a bigger space. All right, jumping into the front here, what really sets this one apart from all the other TRAILHAWKs is the stuff it comes with, right? So starting out in the front, here we are. You've got your gauge cluster, is a pretty standard gauge cluster. Of course, everything's controlled right here, so you can actually scroll through your vehicle info, all sorts of temp gauges, battery voltage. You can keep going. This is going to be your lane assist, also blind spot monitoring, MPG, trip reset stuff, any kind of settings that are on or off, all of your music, any messages that are stored, your setup screen, and we're back. You can see you've got coolant temps down here, as well as fuel gauge. Over here, it does come with auto lights. We just keep them on off, all of your setups, and then also you can open the trunk right there. It does have power windows, power doors, or power windows, power side mirrors, and power locks, of course, too. Let's see what else is on here. This right here, these three are going to control your safety features. So this lets you get closer to the car if you're cruising in front of you, because it has adaptive cruise control. It sets your cruise, and this allows you to get further from the car, so you can actually adjust as so. Okay, over here, so this is the bread and butter of the TRAILHAWK. So right here, you've got 4-wheel drive low, a locking rear differential. That's going to be like kind of a crawl control, and then a descent control. This also rotates and is going to be your 4-wheel drive select, or actually more of your gearbox select. So it acts a certain way, or changes the power ratios to each tire, allowing for it to act better in either sand and mud, rocks, sports, snow, whatever it may be, just so you get more response or a different feelings to accommodate for that terrain. Obviously it's an automatic. This is your parking brake. Parking brake's kind of weird. You pull it to set it, and then you push it to take it off, which I think you have to actually push on the brake pedal and then push it. There we go. So right here in the front here, we have auxiliary and a USB port, as well as a pretty simple standard 12 volt. We have traction control and then the auto start. You can turn the screen on and off. There's your parking assist off, and then lane departure as well. All right, pretty standard stuff in terms of how it works. This is the Uconnect 4 system. So if you check this out, you got your climate controls, everything set up here. Obviously your controls for heated seats and a heated steering wheel, as well as you can always check your backup camera. Then you got apps. The apps are kind of cool. You've got all sorts of different apps. Off-road pages is what really sets this one apart here. So the off-road pages is gonna give you all these little accessories. Use an inclinometer a lot of times just so that you can check, hey, this is my angle here, here, here. Obviously it's gonna tell you, so right now it's got the steering angle put in. It tells you if it's gonna be full drive, how it's set up. If you go to accessory gauges, all of your temps, pitch and roll, that's what those inclinometers I was talking about. And then you can select your terrain right here. So you can go with auto, or if you're in Snow, it's going to adjust once it locks in. Sport mode, sand and mud mode, and then lastly would be rock mode, but you have to be, I think, in four-wheel drive already to be or into your four low to set that up. So this is really nice. It's a nice feature. It doesn't come with all the vehicles. It really only comes with the TRAILHAWK edition of this, of the Cherokee. Let's see what else we got here. Your backup camera and the rest of your stuff, audio settings. This one does come with nav, so you get a nice little screen. It's super user-friendly. It's actually pretty responsive to your touch. Obviously, your phone setup and then settings, right? Speaker system-wise and sound system-wise, this one's excellent, as it is the Sun and Sound package. It does have a good sound system. It has auto-dimming mirrors. Your lights, you don't push them. They're actually right here. Right here is going to be your rooftop. So you can go back, all the way back, come all the way back forward. You can tilt it if you care to. I'm not a big fan of tilting it. And then, of course, bring it back down. Right here controls the shade. So yeah, pretty standard stuff. It does make this this Cherokee TRAILHAWK very unique. This will take you anywhere you want to go. But yeah, let's get one more good look at the outside. So a vehicle like this is going to run you right in the $44,000 range. It's more affordable than, let's say, a Grand Cherokee TRAILHAWK or a Jeep Wrangler. Especially if you were looking at, like, let's say, a Wrangler Sport. This is still going to be probably more effective off-road than like a Wrangler Sport, and that's going to be right around the same price point. This has got more creature comforts as well as the locking differential, which makes a big difference when you're actually out using it. But yeah, it also comes with that roof rack. Very effective if you're into the overland scene. You can actually throw a rail across the top of that and throw a rooftop tent, or just a rack up there, maybe a platform rack, throw some luggage, fuel tanks, firewood, things of that nature. Either way, if you have any questions or you want anything regarding this particular vehicle, shoot me a comment or leave a comment, or always find me on my social media, and then we can go from there. Thank you. Bye.